worthy Wednesdays.
We are learning so much from just you.
Have I seen God? Have I just seen God? And does He see me? Hey dolls, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. It's Sister B, everybody's big sister, and this here is the hashtag Sister Squad. To become a member, subscribe, get notified, and make sure you don't leave that commenting, because that's just what we do around here. Welcome to another video, and we are introducing a new segment today that I will be calling hashtag Worthy Wednesdays. Before I even get to what Worthy Wednesdays is all about, I quickly want to give a huge shout out to the brainchild behind Worthy Wednesdays, which is Nomfundo's Kosana Umfazi Tanda. I just want to say thank you so much for planting the idea into my life and watching my channel and being so intentional about watching my channel. She said, hey Sister B, and this was a long time ago. I think it was last year, November roundabout, or just after my birthday, somewhere there. Because you guys know, if you've been subscribed for a while, I decided to hashtag Worthy 30 as I went into the third floor. I turned 30 last year in October, and I themed my 30s Worthy 30. I didn't want to be dirty 30 or flirty 30, because that's not what I want for my life. But I do feel like I'm worthy, and I'm worthy of all good things. So I decided hashtag Worthy 30. So she said, hey Sister B, I watch your channel and I really enjoy your content. I love the theme that you've decided on for your life as you enter the third floor. I really do think that it would actually be a great segment on your channel or on Sister Sessions, whatever or wherever you want to place it. But I love listening to your chats during your vlogs. So a separate segment talking about hashtag all things worthy would be so refreshing. And I was like, you must be sent by God. Like literally, it's something that I had been thinking about, but I never thought of it in that format per se. I just thought I would continue motivating you guys in my vlogs. And she said, you know what, we would watch a separate video with that particular content. So here it is, guys. Please, a round of applause for Nomfundo and a round of applause for yourself for being here and subscribing from day one. I know there's people who've been subscribed since 2020. I really appreciate it. So let's get into Worthy Wednesday. So as you're watching this, it's Valentine's Day. As I'm recording this, I hope to post it on Valentine's Day. If I do end up posting it on Valentine's Day, hashtag Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're feeling good. If we're not in a relationship, sometimes we can hate such holidays or such celebrations or such events. But at the end of the day, guys, you have to be happy with yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to celebrate yourself regardless of what stage you're in life, and regardless of who you have celebrating you as well. So on this first episode of Worthy Wednesdays, I want to talk about my 30th birthday and just turning 30 in general. That's where obviously the hashtag Worthy came from, right? So I've never had a birthday party, never ever in my life. I've never had my parents throw me a party. They were always just too broke on my birthday, and at some point I was miserable and bitter about it, because they would normally not really throw parties, but they would normally have money for cake and stuff for my siblings, because their birthdays conveniently fell closer to my parents' payday. So my birthday is on the 9th of October. By then people have paid bills and all of that. There's nothing left. So I hardly ever celebrated my birthday growing up. So in my early to late up to now 20s, I decided I'm going to celebrate my birthday every single year. As you know, if you've been subscribed for a while, my birthday is always some kind of soiree, but I've never had an actual party, right? So I was like, I'm turning 30. Okay, this is a huge age. It's a milestone age. I'm going to throw a party, regardless of whether the finances are there or whether I have a lot of people that are going to come to my party. I don't care. I'm throwing a party. I'm worth it, right? So leading up to my birthday, I'm like, no, I'm saving some money. I'm gonna throw myself a party, this is who I'm gonna invite, blah, blah, blah. And as my birthday came closer and closer, I just felt like it was a waste of money. And I felt like, is there really a need, girl? Like, you don't have to, like, you're not gonna die if you don't have a 30th party, blah, 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 blah. But it was really in my heart, like, to celebrate properly. And so leading up to my birthday, I started to feel like it's not gonna happen. But Foster, there was just something in me that said Foster. Also, my friends were like Foster, guys. I threw my party. I sent out the invitations literally 2 weeks, if not a week before the party. So a lot of my guests didn't even make it because it was way too short notice. But I was like, I don't care if there's 4 people there. Besides, I really don't have much of a circle. I don't have a lot of people in my life. My guests were really close friends and family. So I was like, no, even if they see fall up, even if it's me, Zanele and Palisa, because those two would never ever miss anything that I do, I was like, I'm going to do it. So I hired a venue and all of that, and this is what my birthday, 30th birthday, looked like briefly.
Everywhere right now. But all I can say is that you are living a life that is a sermon itself. We are learning so much from just you living your life, and you're not aware of it. Like, you don't see it because you are effortlessly just in you. That's who you are. You don't flinch. You don't even see it because you are being you, like effortlessly, just authentically being yourself. And we are learning. Like, when you say you're everybody's big sister, you take it lightly because maybe it's your brand. You don't know, like literally.
No idea. Like looking at the things that you are doing in like encourage because like I don't know, I'm confidence after high school, but lately I've been having so much doubt. So when you see she's sharing something, I know so good about this man. Now myself, it brings me down because I look up to her so much. So I like now she's wanting like everything that you desire. And I love you so much, I mean, Ben's already. Yeah, but no, I listen to shows on there.
HBD.
Thank you, Opa.
To be loved to the moon. Oh, wow. Ooh, I'd go. Oh, wow. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
My birthday, as much as in first did guys, it was literally one of the best nights of my life, and I want to talk about why. Not because of the decor or the food or everything, which I loved. Honestly, I loved every little detail of my party. I was involved in every little detail and I loved it, and everybody loved it because at the end of the night everyone was like, yo, thank you for the invite. It was short notice, but it was so worth it, right? But the biggest thing for me was, okay, I had obviously organized a little bit of a program. I had my best friend as one of the speakers. I had my little sister as one of the speakers, and then I was gonna do like a vote of thanks, and that was it. And then everything else was just about socializing and having a good time. So because it was such an intimate party and my closest people were there, my sister, my cousin, my cousins are my sisters, who was my MC for that short little program, decided to open up the floor for everyone to have a chance to speak because bespangan. So the mic was passed around the room, guys. When I tell you that everyone had nothing but good things to say about me, and it wasn't one of those generic things like, no, Bernice is a nice person, no, Bernice, we wish you well. Like everyone, almost everyone had a personal story to share about my impact in their lives. I'm actually getting goosebumps as I think about it. Every single one, from my brothers to my colleagues to my, like everyone who was there had something exceptional to say about me. One of my friends said, Bernice makes me feel seen. Like she makes me feel like it's okay to be me, this version of me. She makes me love parts about me that I never thought were okay to love. One of my friends said Bernice lives such an intentional life that her life is like a testimony just by watching it. Like her life is a sermon just by watching it. Like she teaches me how to maneuver this life thing without directly teaching me how to maneuver this life thing. Guys, when I tell you I was holding back tears because obviously yeah, she does not want to cry in public, okay? When I tell you I was in disbelief, Uti, this is what people really think about me. I mean, I try to treat people well, obviously. I try to live a good life. I try to be a good person. But you never really know the impact that you have in people's lives just by intentionally being yourself. And that night for me was life changing. And you would say, people obviously say nice things about you, it's your party and whatnot. But when I tell you, Guti, every single thing that was said came from a personal place or a personal experience that they had with me, it just changes the whole narrative. So I left that night. I felt worthy. Yeah, I literally felt worthy. I felt worthy to be alive. I felt seen more than anything. Remember last year I had a baby, right? I'm a new mom. Everything becomes about the baby. I sort of have disappeared into the background. I'm part of Nkazi's story, but Nkazi is the main character right now. Whenever everyone comes here, they're like, where's Nkazi Bear? Where's Nkazi Bear? Wherever we go, they're like, oh, the baby, even you guys, when you bump into me at the mall, you're like, Nangu Nkazi. You guys don't greet me the way that you used to before. But it's chill. So that for me just made me feel seen, and I really pray and I wish that for everyone, not to go see any party, okay, not any party, but to have people in your life that genuinely show you and tell you and validate you constantly, so you know that you are worthy and that you are seen. I wouldn't have known that had I not thrown my party, because typically we do not normalize validating each other. Okay, my best friend and my little sister, they're very intentional about it, and I am to them as well. But I want to encourage you today. There's someone in your life right now. You love them, you see their beauty, you see their worth, you see their efforts, because we are all trying to do something out here. Motivate them, guys. Validate them. Tell them that they are worthy. Tell them that they're doing well. Tell them how much you love them. Tell them what they mean to you. You don't know how far it can go. And if you're here watching me right now and you don't feel seen, you feel unworthy, you don't feel validated, I want to tell you about a lady in the Bible by the name of Hagar. I learned about her during Word Feast. I'm going to talk about Word Feast for a long time. Okay, get used to it. So we were talking about the names of God, and I discovered the name of God, Jehovah El Roy, and we went back to the history and found out that the first person to say Jehovah El Roy was Hagar. So if you know your Bible or the Old Testament, there's a story of Abram. Abram and his wife were in their old age and they had never had children before. And God promised Abram that he would be the father of many nations. And so just like most of God's promises, there is a waiting period. And Abram and Sarai felt like the waiting period was too much for them, right? So Sarah came up with a plan, which, take one of my servant girls, marry her, and then bear a child, and then child will be ours. Abraham said, say no more, because men, and as in the Bible says that we are the weaker vessel, but honestly, I'm with the other team. The other team is the weaker vessel. Anyway, so Abraham agrees. Hagar falls pregnant, right? Now she becomes Abraham's wife. So Hagar develops an attitude, and because she's like the one who's pregnant, she's like the baby mama, and she's like, Sarai, you don't have a child, you don't have a baby, I'm the pregnant one. And so they butt heads, and Sarai decides to kick Hagar out. So Hagar now is homeless. Hagar is in the wilderness, pregnant. And the angel of the Lord comes to her and tells her to go back. Basically encourages her to go, go serve your master and go do what she said you must do, because at the end of the day, your job is your job. Okay, so Hagar has that encounter, and then afterwards she says, have I seen God? Have I just seen God? And does he see me? So she says, I have just seen the one who sees me, and named him Jehovah El Roy. So I was like, wow. Okay, so in a world or in a state or in a season where I feel unseen, I am sure of this one thing, that God sees me. Today you are worthy of being seen because there is a Jehovah El Roy who sees you, even in your darkness, in your failures, in your insecurities, in your loneliness, in your attempts, in your efforts. There is a God who sees you. If you can see Hagar, Odelelile, by the way, she gave her master an attitude, but God was still merciful and showed himself to her so that she knew that he can see that she's going through this, even though she was wrong to an extent. You also have that same grace. God also sees you. So today be encouraged that there is Jehovah El Roy who sees you, and also be a vessel for God. Show other people and tell them that they are loved, that they are seen, that they are worthy, that they are talented, that they are beautiful, that they are unique. Guys, you never know how much someone needs to know. You never know how much you did great work at like in the workplace can do for you. I know some of you are swallowed in the corporate space. You are drowning, you feel unworthy, you feel attacked, you feel unchosen because there's certain people who are getting promotions and you're not. There's some of you who are busy applying, you're going to interviews but you're not getting chosen. Some of you are watching this and you come from families that are toxic, where they spew nothing but negativity and toxicity. They make you feel small, they make you feel unseen, or you're just the middle child and you just disappear into the background. Some of you are in toxic workplaces where people are getting promoted, people are doing shady things, but are not, no one is recognizing the efforts of that you're making to keep doing things right, keep doing things fairly, doing things well and putting extra effort. Some of you are in toxic marriages where you feel unseen, where your partner has gotten to the point where they feel like they treat you like you're not even real, like you don't even exist. Some of you are in friendships where you're constantly being betrayed or belittled, or hey, some of you are just in a season in your life where you're like, what is my place on this earth? You are like, what is my purpose? Why am I even alive? I want to tell you today that Jehovah El Roy sees you. He sees your efforts, he sees your heart, and he rewards accordingly. He rewards on time, and his rewards, the Bible says that the blessings of the Lord, they maketh rich and they add no sorrow. So be encouraged this afternoon and know that Jehovah El Roy loves you and he sees you.